and welcome on the first webinar concerning new PRINCE2 project management method or version of new PRINCE2 2017 project management method. My name is Branislav Gablas. Thank you all participants that you presented or took part on this webinar. First of all, I can't tell you if I can say good afternoon to visitors from United States, good evening from visitors from Europe. Please type on the right side of your screen, you have chat window. So please type me, where are you from, so I can see the part of world which you cover. We can wait a few moments. Dmitry, hello Dmitry from Russia. Thank you. So you have at least 10 p.m. I know there is a 2-hour difference between Russia and Avril. Where are you from? Russia. There are 2 Dmitry. Thank you. Maria +1. India. Wow, India, it's even more. It's about almost midnight as far as I know. Thank you. Slovakia, Russia, Warsaw, Poland, London. So I am so pleased that so many people took part on this South Africa. South Africa, 9 o'clock. Well, it's almost like we have here in Europe, Central European time. It's like it's UK time. Miroslav, thank you very much. So I am so pleased. Let me welcome you again at this webinar, and let me start. I don't want to make it very long, so I will give you the space to ask questions. This chat window is for you, Curto. I don't know France. I don't know. I speak quite good French, but sometimes it's difficult with the names. Welcome. I will share the screen all the time. When I switch between screen and sharing the camera and sharing the screen, it will be for a few seconds. You will lose the screen, also the sound. For those who are watching this webinar on Mozilla, please, if you feel that you lost or the screen is freezing, refresh your window, or if you can switch to Chrome. As far as I know, this webinar is more stable on Chrome. So I will share my screen, and we will see you in a few seconds. Welcome again. So here is my presentation. Some words about myself. My name is Branislav Gablas. I have many certificates. This is not all my collection, which you see here. I have also, for example, Scrum. There are about 4 collections, PRINCE2, Agile. So I want to have overview about all methods. I am a trainer of PRINCE2. I have a PRINCE2 professional certificate. I am trainer of PRINCE2 Agile, PMP and PMI, ACP, also Scrum. So I welcome any kind of questions which you might not have only about PRINCE2 2017, but you can ask me any relationship between other questions. For those who want to know me better, here is my LinkedIn profile. At the moment, we are setting up or starting activities with the Project Academy, which is the model of education of project management via webinar. So this webinar is one of the first webinar which we share for free, and there will be many other webinars. So you just log in or register at Project Academy, and you will be invited to this webinar. For those who want to be more informed about our activities, I set up 2 groups. Projects for All. This is for about all forms of project webinar or project management, and especially I set up PRINCE2 and PRINCE2 Agile. It's for those who are expert on PRINCE2. I have Avril Henry cannot waiting for the webinar. If you could you see us or hear us? I have no idea, because all others seems they are hearing and seeing my screen quite well. Here is the my presentation. So let's start immediately. Don't hesitate. Ask me anytime a question. I can't type you question because when I type, I cannot talk and it can be heard my microphone. So I will answer you directly in the webinar. Short history for those who are not aware about PRINCE2. Adopted in 1989. It came from prompt project management method, and the first abbreviation was prompt PRINCE. It was without this 2 at the end. And CCTA, this was Central Computer Telecommunication Agency, who first set up this project management method. In 1996, it was more general. PRINCE2 covered also other sectors than IT, and this major change was reflected in the change of name to PRINCE2. Since 1996, the name is not changed, only version. At present, we are in 2009, which is PRINCE2 version 5. In 2013, the copyright came from Cabinet Office to Axelos, and in 2017, it's introduced new version, PRINCE 2017. What's the timing? In January, there is an introduction of 2017 version. In March, this expected first training of trainers. It will be worldwide, not only in UK, but also in Germany, in India, and other countries. And March also should be the release of new PRINCE2 manual. In mid-year, it is expected to start first public trainings of any participants. And from the second half of 2017, there will be dual regime, let's say. You can decide, or students can decide if they take PRINCE2 examination and training according to old PRINCE2 2009 version or according to new PRINCE 2017 version. What is the change? In fact, in 2009, PRINCE2 encountered significant change where defined 7 principles, 7 teams, and 7 processes. These remain the same also in 2017 version of PRINCE2. The certification remains the same. So to pass PRINCE2 Foundation, you don't need to have any requirements or prerequisite to pass certification. To pass PRINCE2 Practitioner, which is second level, you must hold either PRINCE2 Foundation certificate, or you can hold one of these 4 certificates, CAPM or PMP from IPMA, or for PMI or IPMA A, B, C, or D certificate, you can directly go to PRINCE2 Practitioner examination. For the third level, the highest level is PRINCE2 Professional, where you must hold PRINCE2 Practitioner exam. You must be experienced, you must prove your experience in managing PRINCE2 or managing project management by PRINCE2 method. And as you may know, in 2015, Axelos launched also PRINCE2 Agile method, which is something like second level of PRINCE2. So first of all, you must hold either PRINCE2 Foundation certificate or some of these 4 other certificates in order to pass PRINCE2 Agile certification. If you have any questions about whichever either slides or any other question, please don't hesitate, type it into the chat screen and I will answer you during the presentation. Some thoughts about certification. You might know that PRINCE2 Foundation is valid lifetime. So once you are certified PRINCE2 Foundation Manager, you don't need to renew or recertificate. The same with PRINCE2 Professional. Up to now, there is no time limit or time restriction published on the certificate, neither on my certificate. So I have no idea or no new information if other certificates or new certificates need to be renewed. For new PRINCE2 practitioner, there are two options. If you pass certification according to 2009 version, which is valid at present, your certificate is valid for 5 years. If you pass certification according to 2017, your certificate is valid only for 3 years. So you must recertify. There are two options to recertify in practitioner. You either retake the full practitioner exam after 3 years, at the end of 3 years to remain current, or you might have an active subscription to PRINCE2 membership, which is in Excelos, each year, and then complete the requirement of 45 CPDs point with 3 years. CPD is continued professional development. It's something like PDU, which you know with PMI. What is the change in PRINCE2 manual? In fact, the manual is quite confident because it's still there are still ongoing changes or updates or commenting. So there is not much information revealed by now. What I know, the teams and sorry, I will stop. Do you share the presentation? Yes, after the demo, you will have access to presentation at the slide share, and also you will have access to video recording. Later on, you will receive it in the email. So yes, it will be presented. You don't need to make notes. So the teams chapters remain restructured. There is a new clarity on the link between the teams and principles. So there are more impact given on description principle, which are connected to each team, and also each team contains specific examples of tailoring. The old PRINCE2 manual had a special chapter 19, where it was described how to tailor the project, and new manual should have in each chapter some proposals for tailoring. There will be much more practical application of guidance with number of examples, hints, and tips how to tailor PRINCE2 projects in your or PRINCE2 management to your concrete project. And the question might come now: what is the relationship between PRINCE2, original PRINCE2 and PRINCE2 Agile? Because PRINCE2 Agile manual came with there was a relationship, or there were link in PRINCE2 Agile manual to old PRINCE2 9 manual. According to information, this will remain, and on the contrary, new PRINCE2 2017 manual will have references on PRINCE2 Agile. So PRINCE2 Agile also will be later adopted. Doesn't mean that will be no new version, but it might be the manual adopted with more links between PRINCE2 and PRINCE2 Agile. It is important to realize that PRINCE2 Agile is directly related to PRINCE2. You must, and it's something like second level. So it is incorporation of Agile methods, mainly Scrum, into standard PRINCE2 project. In fact, we all considered PRINCE2 as the waterfall method, but given tailoring there, you can place it somewhere between waterfall and Agile methods. And now PRINCE2 Agile gives real agility to PRINCE2 Agile methods. I will organize later also the webinar about PRINCE2 Agile. Manual also, it identifies the minimum required for a PRINCE2 project. In PRINCE2 9 version, in fact, there was only principles which must be kept, which said if you follow all the principles, you can consider your project as PRINCE2 project, but it's not sufficient to say so. So manual in PRINCE2 17 will define minimum requirements. There are selective but optimum use of PRINCE2 elements to suit the scale of the project. And as far as I know, also the themes will be slightly adjusted or changed according to information. Some configuration management would not be part of PRINCE2 in this PRINCE2 2017 version. About languages, what do I say about languages? It is, at the moment, there are these languages of PRINCE2 manual, as you see, Dutch, German, Polish, French, Danish, Norwegian, Italian. This also version will be available in 2017, but not immediately after launch in 2000 or in 2018. So it means that from the 1st January of 2018, if you take training and examination in English, you must follow this PRINCE2 2017 certification. But if you take training and examination in other language, there will be available only in original language and an original 2009 method, and only when the manual is translated, when all the exam questions are translated, you will have to switch to 2017 version of PRINCE2. So if you want to take training in any of these languages, also there are many other languages where the PRINCE2 is foundation exam is translated. So in 2017 or 2018, you can still continue unless the exams are translated into your mother tongue or other tongue which you can take. What is going to be changed in examination? Elements which are not part of core will be removed, such, for example, as configuration management. As I said, it will not even be a part of the manual. It will be reducing the number of negative and list questions. So the negative question, if you remember, is what is not a part, and this was black bold capital letter written not, but still many people made them errors and didn't notice that this is a negative question. So for certain cases, it is relevant to have negative questions. They will be removed. And list questions, there are those where you had maybe some 4 sentences, and you should say which of these 4 is valid for certain kind of question. And also sometimes people were confused. So those 2 types will be reducing. And also the number of questions will be decreasing from 75 to 60. Dmitry asking, how long PRINCE2 examinations still be available? Please specify. I don't understand. PRINCE2 examination will be continually available. You mean 2009? In English will be only until end of this year. In other languages, you can, as far as I know, there is also a Russian version because I trained in Russia. So until it's translated, it will last also in 2018, but we don't know when the new language option will be available. Once your national language or native language questions papers will be available, you will be obliged to pass on 2017 version, not anymore 2009 version. Thank you for the question. Concerning practitioner exam, for those who know, there were some questions which contain 10 specific questions in each team, and this will be removed, and it will be mix of question, and everything will be included in examination. So there will be not exclusion of some part of, for example, teams or processes. Also, number of questions about management products has been reduced. You know that this was, for example, as the project scenario, there was some quality management strategy with errors, and you had to find where those errors are. As far as I know, there will not be this kind of documentation necessary. So project scenario will be reduced with no additional needs to greet for additional questions. reducing amount of additional information, as I said now. There will be removing two kind of question type, removing assertion reasons. This will not exist anymore, and multiple response questions. There were questions for 2 from 5. Those questions will be removed, and also reducing number of marks to 75. At present, there is about 80 questions at the examinations. So in the 2017 version, there will be only 75 questions. I believe the time will remain the same. It means 2.5 hours for native, and if you are not native, you can get 40 extra minutes. Yes, removing multiple response. Multiple response, I can admit, they are quite difficult because there is more options than if you have multiple choice. But assertions reasons, someone like this kind of question because you have to only decide if it is true or false. So there were certainly some reason by Axelos why they removed those part of questions. At this time, I would like to ask you, because I have no idea which kind of certification you have. So I will ask you, here is a small questionnaire. I want to ask you if you can answer those questions which are here, because I can later tailor my future webinars. In the meantime, I will explain you about I will tell you something about our project, which is called Project Academy. Project Academy. It's quite strange. Okay, we are launching Project Academy training of webinars, which will be organized mainly by virtual classroom. And this means that you can stay at home, your teacher or presenter will stay at home, and still you can ask questions. Even this webinar system allows to see each other. So, which was the main lack in online system was that this was only one way flow of information from computer to student. There was no option to ask questions. So if you understood something not correctly, this was your lack into all the trainings. So the modern form of education would be webinar. Still, classroom will exist in many cases and will not be replaced. But for those who cannot, for example, for any reason, take part on webinar classroom, on real classroom training, the webinar will be very good option to have the education or training in any kind of project management method. Core is asking the question, are the pass marks staying the same foundation? Yes, according to my information, yes. I am not aware about the change. But if practitioner was lowered to 60 to 75, so maybe it might say that you will need to get 38 positive, and if foundation was moved to 60 from 70, so you will have to reach 30 correct answers. There will not be in foundation exam anymore though testing answers which were not part of examination. Hello, Nelia from Holland. Thank you, you came. In fact, you can ask questions. You will have available replay from this webinar. You will have available also the slides, which I will send you the link where the slides you can find. And if you have any questions later on, you can send me an email or connect with me via my LinkedIn account, which you will find information inside. So what the main purpose of this webinar is to, or this kind of webinars is to inform public about the options. In fact, we are living in the period where projects you can see elsewhere, and success of project is very important because the investment is still coming. I came 2 years ago from Dubai, and you can see there is every day there is changing a phase. There are a couple of floors building to each building, and without good project management, this kind of project wouldn't exist, or if they fail or cost a couple of millions dollars more, it would be a really big problem. We will also we'll organize webinars from different parts. As I promise you, there will be webinar about PRINCE2 Agile. I will share with you how to pass PMP. I will share with you how to pass PMP, PMI, ACP, which I am also certified expert or practitioner. I can tell you something about Scrum. We will share with you different of ebooks. Everything will be on our Project Academy website, which is under development, or we are developing it at the moment. But come there and download whichever freebies, and once you want to pass some exam, please check on our website if there is available this exam on webinar form on virtual classroom. Nelia, we met in Prague at CUBE. Thank you, UK. Thank you. Is there some more questions about PRINCE2, PRINCE2 2017, or any other project management method which you would like to ask? Please feel free. Ask now or ask anytime later. I will be really pleased to answer your questions or invite you to any of other webinars where you can also answer my questions. I will switch now my camera. So I'm here. You can see me again. I want to only thank you that you take your part, your time. I will appreciate if you share this webinar or this record from this webinar with your friends, colleagues, so more people might be informed. I can tell you that really I enjoy training, mainly PRINCE2 training, and I believe I can promise you that you will get always fresh information from me, and I will be happy to share everything with you. If there are no more questions, thank you very much for participating on the webinar, and see you sometimes on the next webinar, maybe in a couple of months. Thank you, Nelia. Thank you, Sabramaya. Thank you, Andre. Andre has one question. Okay, what are the reasons for taking 2070, which is valid only series? If I could take good question. Maybe there are some changes. You will take the examination according to latest method, and from some period you will have to. There will be no option to take, as for English, it is 1st January of 2018. For other languages, it might be later in the year 2018. I promise I will certainly organize this year webinar training of PRINCE2 Foundation, webinar training of PRINCE2 practitioner according to 2009. So with 5 years valid certificate and taking exam online. And also I will organize training about 2017 later this year. Can we come any real in-depth knowledge of pre-2017? Once the manual is revealed, for the moment is confidential. Once the manual is revealed, I promise I will reveal you everything which is on the manual. I will organize this kind of training. You will be certainly invited. If you are in my list, you will be invited and you can come to webinar, but not sooner in end of March or April. I don't know. There is not clear timing when the new version of manual will be available for public. Seems like it was just marketing. It was just marketing to tell that this was the first one. Yes, we organized some webinars beforehand. So those who watched my LinkedIn profile, there are. But this is first webinar about it from the series of Project Academy webinars, where I will explain you different sorts. And next webinar I want to organize for those people who cannot decide which kind of management they want to take for their company to manage their projects, to decide about the method, and also to people who want to decide which kind of method is better for them. So on the one hand, it might be waterfall or agile. If you decide for one of two, then you can decide if waterfall, PMI, PRINCE2, or even if I said that PRINCE2 is not completely waterfall. For agile, it might be PRINCE2 agile, PMI, ICP, Scrum, DSDM. Prepare questions and I will answer. Thank you very much to all again, and see you sometimes in the next webinar. Bye.